Processing information at incredible speeds. This is what I call brain thinking. It's analytical, logical, and incredibly useful for solving problems on the surface. Imagine you see a sign that says brain mutton curry equals 500 rupees. Your brain immediately processes this. It calculates the cost, compares it to other meals, and decides if it's a good deal. This is transactional intelligence. It's the intellect we use every day to navigate spreadsheets, write emails, follow instructions. It's powerful, but it is also limited, as it operates on a layer of learned rules and external data, often detached from our deeper biological truths. Now let's contrast this with core thinking. This type of thinking doesn't originate solely from the intricate folds of the cerebral cortex. Instead, it rises from the body's fundamental systems: the gut, the heart, the lungs. It is the wisdom of our physiology, the instinct that guided our ancestors long before complex language or mathematics existed. Core thinking is intuitive and deeply connected to our physical state. It senses truth not through logic, but through bodily responses. It's the feeling in your stomach that tells you something is wrong, or the calm in your chest that signals you are on the right path. This is a much deeper, more authentic form of intelligence that cannot be easily fooled or manipulated by external noise. The distinction between these two modes of thought is critical in our increasingly digital world. Brain thinking is susceptible to manipulation. It can be fed synthetic data, false narratives, and sophisticated algorithms designed to influence our decisions. We see this in social media, marketing, and even politics. Core thinking, however, is grounded in the undeniable reality of our own biology. It is an internal compass, constantly recalibrating based on real-time signals from our body. When you learn to listen to this deeper intelligence, you tap into a source of wisdom that is far more reliable and resilient than surface-level intellect alone. This is why understanding the difference is not just an academic exercise. It is a vital skill for thriving in the modern era. We are bombarded with information, much of it designed to bypass our critical faculties and trigger impulsive reactions. By cultivating an awareness of our core signals, we can learn to distinguish between what is real and what is artificial. It is a return to a more holistic form of intelligence, one that integrates the mind and the body into a cohesive, powerful whole, capable of navigating complexity with clarity and truth. In the world of blockchain, authenticity is everything. The entire system is built on a transparent, immutable ledger, a single source of truth that cannot be altered or faked. It operates without a central authority, relying on the verifiable integrity of its participants. Individuals who operate from their core, deeply connected to their biological truths, are naturally suited for decentralized environments. Their authenticity isn't just personality, it's a functional advantage. They bring trustworthiness compatible with blockchain principles where verifiable proof is paramount. Core-activated people exhibit consistency that is difficult to fake. Their words, their actions, their physiological responses aligned. This coherence signals authenticity. Disconnected people, relying only on brain thinking, show subtle dissonances. Body language may contradict words, emotional state may be volatile and unpredictable. In decentralized systems without intermediaries, these inconsistencies are red flags. Core-activated individuals project a steady, reliable presence, building confidence and facilitating collaboration. Suitability goes beyond trustworthiness. Blockchain is not just code, governance, consensus, community. They need participants who can make complex decisions with clarity and shared purpose. People governed by their core are better equipped. They are less likely to be swayed by hype, market panic, manipulative arguments. They can assess proposals, evaluate risks, contribute to network health from grounded awareness, not fleeting impulses. The strength of a blockchain network depends on node quality, and in a human-centric system, the people are the nodes. A network of easily manipulated people is fragile. A network of core-activated participants is robust. These candidates can leverage decentralized tech beyond speculation to build transparent, equitable, resilient systems. Their authenticity is the bedrock making real, verified human data the most valuable asset. In the search for genuine candidates fit for advanced training, we must look beyond resumes and interviews. We need signals that cannot be coached, rehearsed, or faked. This is where live body parameter streams come into play. Heart rate variability, breathing patterns, galvanic skin response. Data from these sources provide a direct, unfiltered window into a person's true state. These are not metrics that can be consciously controlled with the same ease as our words or facial expressions. They are honest signals, broadcasting the inner state in real time. Consider heart rate variability. It's not just the speed of your heartbeat, it's the subtle timing between each beat. A high HRV is often a sign of a healthy, resilient, and adaptable nervous system. A candidate who maintains a stable HRV while tackling a complex problem is demonstrating physiological composure. This is not a judgment of their worth, but an objective measurement of current capacity to handle cognitive and emotional loads. Similarly, breathing patterns offer profound insights. When a person is calm and focused, breathing tends to be slow, deep, and regular. Under stress or when being deceptive, breathing can become shallow, rapid, or erratic. By monitoring these patterns during a selection process or training module, we can observe how a candidate's body is truly responding to the challenge at hand. This data provides a layer of truth that verbal feedback alone cannot capture. It moves us from subjective assessment to objective verification. The discipline required for martial arts offers a powerful analogy for the self-mastery needed for advanced training, especially in fields like blockchain. A true martial artist is not just someone who has memorized a series of movements. They have cultivated a profound connection between their mind and body. They can remain calm and centered in the midst of chaos, executing complex techniques with precision and efficiency. This mastery is not achieved overnight. It is the result of years of dedicated practice, focused on developing internal control, emotional regulation, a deep awareness of their own physical state. This level of internal discipline is a direct prerequisite for engaging with advanced digital systems. These modules are not simple applications. They are complex environments that demand high levels of focus, cognitive endurance, emotional stability. A candidate who is easily rattled, prone to emotional reactivity, or lacks body awareness will struggle to perform effectively. Just as a martial artist must control their breath and adrenaline in a fight, a candidate in an advanced module must regulate their nervous system to navigate intricate data flows and make critical decisions under pressure. Without this foundational self-mastery, the cognitive load becomes overwhelming, leading to errors and burnout. The training of a martial artist begins with the basics: stance, breath, focus. So the idea of selling personal digital health data has really gained traction lately, often being framed as a way for individuals to monetize their own information. But, this concept is actually fraught with some pretty profound risks. It's based on a fundamental misunderstanding of what biological data truly represents. Real biological data is not a static asset, like a piece of property, heart rate, hormone levels, sleep patterns. It's a dynamic living stream of information that changes constantly in response to your emotions, your environment, your actions. This inherent variability makes it unique, deeply personal, impossible to standardize for safe and ethical commodification. Let's think about your heart rate for a second. It spikes when you're excited, spikes when you're scared, slows down when you're relaxed, slows down when you're asleep. A single data point of, say, 75 beats per minute is pretty much meaningless without context. Was it measured during a stressful meeting, a light jog, a quiet meditation? The value and meaning of the data are totally linked to the situation. Trying to package and sell this information strips it of its context, making it less useful and potentially misleading. Furthermore, the very act of trying to sell this data creates perverse incentives. If your biological data becomes a product, there will be pressure to optimize it for the market. People might be tempted to alter their behavior or even use substances to produce more valuable data, which could jeopardize their actual health. This turns the personal journey of well-being into a transactional performance. It commercializes authenticity and ultimately destroys it. Curating your biological self for an audience or buyer makes the data synthetic, not genuine. This is why a health data marketplace is a dangerous illusion. Your biological identity is the most intimate and dynamic part of you. It can't be bundled, priced, or sold without violating your privacy and devaluing the very essence of your health. Real biological data is a compass for your journey, not someone else's commodity. Its true value is personal. Self-awareness guidance from a trusted professional and a deeper connection with your body. In our quest for quick fixes, the health and wellness industry has become saturated with supplements and over-the-counter remedies, promising everything from enhanced focus to instant calm. While some supplements have their place under medical guidance, an over-reliance on them can be a dangerous distraction from what our bodies truly need. It's crucial to remember that your body's chemistry is uniquely your own. A generic supplement that works for one person may have no effect, or even an unexpected and adverse effect on another. The body is not a simple machine. It's a complex, interconnected ecosystem. Far more fundamental than any pill is the quality and quantity of your water intake. Water is the medium for nearly every metabolic process in your body. Proper hydration affects your cognitive function, your mood, your energy levels, your body's ability to clear toxins. Yet, it is often overlooked in favor of more marketable solutions. Before reaching for a supplement to combat fatigue or brain fog, ask, am I drinking enough clean water? The danger also lies in the oversimplification that comes with health marketing. Labels like depression, labels like anxiety are clinical terms for complex syndromes with diverse biological and environmental causes. Yet, they're often treated as simple problems solved by a single product. This is medically irresponsible and misleading. For instance, sadness lethargy can be caused by dehydration, poor nutrition, lack of sleep, or a situational stressor. Labeling it depression and reaching for a supplement can block addressing the root cause, creating dependency on ineffective solutions. We must recognize obesity as a serious medical condition with significant health consequences, not a social identity or fashion statement. It's a metabolic disorder that increases the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and other chronic illnesses. Body positivity matters for mental health, but it shouldn't obscure physiological dangers of excess weight. True health requires an honest, medically grounded assessment of our physical state, not a retreat into comforting but harmful narratives. Real wellness begins with fundamentals, water, nutrition, and honest understanding of our body's signals. To build candidates who are truly fit for the future, training cannot begin in the abstract world of software applications and digital interfaces alone. It must be grounded in the physical reality of the human body. The foundational phase of any advanced training program should therefore focus on two key areas: natural language rule extraction, emotion mapping that is directly linked to hardware. This approach ensures that candidates first learn to understand their own internal operating system before they attempt to master complex external ones. Natural language rule extraction is the process of teaching candidates to translate their internal bodily sensations and emotional states into clear, simple language. It's about moving from a vague feeling of, I feel off, to a precise observation like, when I sit at my desk for more than an hour, my breathing becomes shallow and I feel a tension in my shoulders. This practice builds a bridge between the subconscious signals of the body and the conscious mind. By articulating these rules, candidates develop a profound self-awareness. Crucially, this process must be linked to hardware, not just a wellness app on a phone. Simple, dedicated hardware, like a device that measures heart rate variability or skin response, provides objective, real-time feedback. When a candidate maps their emotional state, they can see the corresponding data on the device. This creates a powerful biofeedback loop. The hardware acts as an honest mirror, reflecting the body's true response. This is fundamentally different from a software app that might rely on self-reported moods or gamified metrics, which can be easily misinterpreted or manipulated. The hardware provides an incorruptible data stream that grounds the entire process in physiological fact. The journey toward core activation and self-mastery is a deeply personal one. There is no one-size-fits-all application or a universal 5-step program that can lead a person to their own internal truth. Each candidate must discover their own unique process for finding their quiet center, their personal nirvana state of equilibrium. This path is uncovered through introspection practice, a commitment to listening to the body's unique signals. While the process is individual, it does not have to be solitary. This is where decentralized autonomous organizations, or DAOs, can play a crucial supportive role. A well-structured DAO can act as a peer group, a community of fellow travelers on a similar path. Members can share insights, offer encouragement, hold each other accountable without imposing control. The DAO provides a framework for connection and shared learning, but it respects the sovereignty of each individual. In the final analysis, what truly determines a candidate's fitness for this new era is not their resume, their coding skills, their enthusiasm for crypto trends. The most critical factor is alignment with the core protocol of authenticity and capacity for deep embodied self-awareness. Flashing a portfolio of complex projects can be meaningless if the person behind it is emotionally volatile or disconnected from their core. In these systems, depth trumps flash. A candidate who has mastered their internal state is far more valuable than a brilliant but unstable coder. They bring resilience and integrity that code alone cannot provide. We must insist on real, personalized data from actual candidates. Synthetic data, however sophisticated, is a disqualifying shortcut. It misunderstands what we're trying to measure. We're not after perfect-looking profiles. We want messy, dynamic data that shows regulation and coherence. Imperfections, fluctuations, responses to real-world stressors. These contain the most valuable information. Using fake data builds on lies and will fail. Don't force labels on emotions or health states. An emotional response is not a static tag, it is fluid and context-dependent. Labeling stress as anxiety or sadness as depression oversimplifies and misleads. Health data shifts and is intensely personal. A candidate's biological stream is their unique story and physiology. Learn to read it with nuance and respect, not reduce it to keywords. The path forward is lit by the unique light of real candidate data. Through core-activated, genuine information, we identify true fitness and foster innovation. This commitment to authenticity, to real people, real bodies, and real data, is the gold standard. It separates sustainable, human-centric systems from fragile, hype structures that will crumble. Prioritizing protocol alignment and candidate depth builds leaders fit for the future with wisdom, integrity, and grace.